There's a woman who had every volunteer who worked on her home sign a wall inside her garage. When the rebuilding was complete, her home was dedicated. And during that dedication, she stood in front of that garage wall and gave thanks for all those saints who made her home whole again. And then there's Victor. A mission team from Illinois was gutting a home in New Orleans East when a man arrived to mow the lawn. His name, I learned, was Victor. He unloaded his lawnmower, gassed it up, and then leaned against his car, casually watching and waiting while we worked. When we began our next water break, I approached Victor to let him know we would be out of his way for a while. But he had something else on his mind. "I can tell you're a pastor," Victor began, and my defenses went up. We were all clothed in the same work boots, white suits from head to foot, gloves, goggles, and respirators. So how could he tell? "Can I ask you something?" "Okay," I answered cautiously. "Do you think God did this?" I hesitated, wanting to be sure I understood what he was asking. Victor continued, "You know, did God send this hurricane at us like there was some reason or purpose?" 100 thoughts flashed through my mind. Why is he asking? What are his motives? What answer does he expect? I inhaled deeply, exhaled slowly, and then offered Victor my simple, honest answer. No. And Victor said, "I'm glad to hear you say that." I was amazed as he continued, "I don't go to church much, but I just don't understand how anyone can say that our loving Creator would do anything to destroy us." We had a great conversation, and Victor gave me a lot to think about. These stories highlight just a few of the variety of opportunities for engaging in mission and ministry in a disaster zone. Disciples have found a niche in partnering with others to rebuild homes and lives by working through the whole church. Disciples volunteering provides structure and staff. Week of Compassion provides financial support. Local congregations continue to host volunteer groups week after week. Regions that have been affected assist in networking and communications. And disciple congregations across the United States and Canada continue to make gifts to Week of Compassion and send volunteers. Across most of the Gulf Coast, it is the faith-based organizations that are making the biggest difference. If mission groups stopped coming, the recovery would grind to a halt. I know that this congregation faithfully gives to Week of Compassion. I also know that you sent a mission team to Beaumont, Texas last summer, and that you are planning to make a return trip this summer. Thank you for your faithfulness in giving and in responding to the needs of your neighbors so many miles away. This year's theme for Week of Compassion is, "Who is my neighbor?" The scripture reading is the familiar story of the Good Samaritan found in Luke's Gospel. In this passage, Jesus is questioned by a man of wisdom and faith. What must I do to inherit eternal life? He already knows the answer. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And then he asks a follow-up question. And who is my neighbor? This time he is surprised by Jesus' response. Jesus shares robbed, and left for dead. Holy and righteous Israelites walk by and do nothing. But when a man from Samaria happens upon the beaten man, he goes out of his way to help. The Samaritans and Israelites hated each other, yet it was the Samaritan who showed mercy